Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering one of the DVD films from DC Superhero Girls, the Intergalactic Games.
Superheroines, that's sexist. Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Batgirl, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Bumblebee, and Katana all square off against Korugar Academy in the Intergalactic Games, but trouble is in the air as Lena Luthor takes advantage of the gathering of the supers to enact her villainous plan. So they should have been called supers or superheroes.
Right. Now, before we get into that, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates of future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Although they really didn't display that at all. Supers.
Yes.
Then it sounds like you're talking about
The Incredibles.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. A quick thing for DC Superhero Girls. It's a series made, I think back in 2017 or 16. And it's a sort of separate franchise for DC in attempts to have more girls get into superheroes in the comics. So for Comic Book Day, they kind of just had where all the superhero girls and guys go to this school for superheroes. They learn how to become superheroes because apparently the world only has two heroes.
And in this universe, villains are also superheroes.
Yeah, I don't understand what they do. Like Harley Quinn, Katana, Catwoman.
The Riddler.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how this universe works, but that's it.
Cheetah.
And the way this works, think of it like Monster High meets My Hero Academia. That's basically what it is.
But they got villains going to school with them.
I guess the term, maybe they're this is how they are before they turn to villains or something, or there's a villain school, because I see there's a movie about that.
But they got villains going to school with them.
Yeah. So.
It's a superhero high with villains attending. But let's get off that.
Right. Alright, so here, now this is the second or third movie in this little series. Now, we've only seen like 2 of these, so I guess we gotta find the other 2 to watch. We saw the first one was just called DC Superhero Girls, but they made an adaptation out of the comic book. Mm-hmm. Now, for here, Between them adjusted with Supergirl being the new girl, so now she's fighting crime with the other students, which I'm surprised they let them go out and do this every single day, but I guess that means you only have 2 pro heroes on patrol. But for here, they're having sort of a superhero Olympics thing, which sounds amazing till you watch it, and when you see it, it's a little different. They only fight against, like, one other superhero type school in space, who's led by Sinestro, who for some reason
is another villain.
Right. For some reason is voiced by Tom Kenny. I love Tom Kenny, but that's not the role I expect him to play. I would expect Ron Perlman.
Would you expect Lobo?
Well, he wasn't here.
I know.
He voiced
Tom Kenny too?
Yeah, he voiced him too.
So he voiced 2 villains.
Yeah, like, he's voiced villains. I just thought it was a little odd for him to be voicing these 2 villains in particular. Mm-hmm. But since this is more comedy and kid-friendly and family-friendly, I guess that's why they went with Tom Kenny, so it wouldn't seem so sinister, which is weird. But now that you mention it, it looks like most of his students are villains or villains in training, so I guess that makes sense.
So that's why I'm really confused as to why is this called DC Superhero Girls when you got villains going to that school, villains going to the other school, villains coming to attack, villains who turned good that are robots.
That's another part we definitely got to mention.
Villains that go to one school with a sister who goes to this school, and the villain's sister wants to be the good sister. It's really, really confusing.
Yes, they do attempt to have more things going on within the story, but depending on your viewpoint of this franchise, it can be a good thing or a monotonous thing. And for here, the little stories they have going on is, of course, the games themselves, which are pretty basic. I thought it would be more based off their powers, but unfortunately, they didn't go as extravagant as I thought they would by going off their powers and the fighting stuff. They do, like, basic school-type activities or some things you see in the Olympics with no fanfare, unfortunately. Now, they got this story, of course. Then you have the Furies invading Earth, but they're trying not to fight. They want to be in the games. Yeah. And Barda, at this point, has already reformed and joined the superhero school, which does line up with the comics, so that one at least does make sense. Mm-hmm. Then you have Starfire wanting to reconnect with Blackfire, who I understandably changed her personality a little bit in here, where, you know, in the original Teen Titans she was very bad, very horrible, and here she's just sort of, she's mean sometimes, but she can be nice, and there's this sort of prejudice against supers and non-supers. So, and Blackfire doesn't like Starfire, wants to be a superhero and help humans because it's beneath the royal presence. Why is this a thing? Because reasons. And then you have, like I said, the subplot of them not accepting Supergirl because she doesn't have power, that she goes to the school. Then you have Lena Luthor trying to take over. And then finally you have one of the robots that was found at the beginning of the movie, or the only girl robot, I might add. She sort of has this arc that does feel complete. Yeah, Platinum. There were two others called Lead and Iron, but they didn't get used because because superhero girls, not superhero boys. So she goes to this arc where she learns about heroism and stuff. She works with the bad guy. She eventually becomes good, which was actually interesting to some point. It's just too much stuff going on, and it's like you're trying to drag me into everything, but it's just so much is being thrown at you, especially for kids. Great, you want to give them a lot of content, but it might be overwhelming.
Okay, 3 good things I can say about this movie. One, so sorry guys. One was the theme, the music. I loved it. Mm-hmm. I finally took the time when we were watching the Lego version to listen to the lyrics, and I really liked the lyrics, and I really liked the song.
Yeah, it's really fun. That was one
great thing about it, yes. Number 2 is that so many of our favorites are back as characters we're used to hearing them voice. You've got Yvette Nicole Brown, who's Principal Waller, which is really different for her, but we're glad to hear her because we really like her from
Justice League and other franchises.
iCarly.
Oh, I'm sorry. You meant the actor. I thought you meant Waller, the character. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean the voice actor.
So sorry.
Of course, as you mentioned, Tom Kenny and Phil Lamar. You had Greg Griffin. You had
Tara Strong.
Greg Sipes. Fred Tatasciore.
Carrie Payton.
Yeah, so many of them. Mae Whitman, so many of our favorites return and are in here, and that's another great thing about this movie. And the third is the animation. I really like the full use of a lot of bright colors. So you can tell by that is really geared for a younger audience.
Right.
But the colors are vibrant and rich and full, and it's colorful, and it looks fun. So those are the 3 great things that I can say about this movie itself.
And I can agree. And always love hearing the original Teen Titans constantly reprise their roles. I mean, I know they're on Teen Titans Go, but it's great when they always bring them back in different incarnations, no matter what. It's always the same people, because if it's not, it always sounds off to you.
Now, one thing that was different is they had Danica McKellar here, but she was Frost instead of Miss Martian.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot Miss Martian is in this series, but she just doesn't have a presence in the movie right now. Maybe we'll see her in one of the other movies we'll cover.
So, if you have seen this fun colored movie,
yes,
let us know what you think in the comments below. And have you seen the other 2 movies? Do you think this is a worthwhile franchise that's going to be around a while, or is it just something that's pretty much something for the moment and that's going to pass away for a new series to come?
Right, because we know there are 3 versions of this. We have the original, which we just covered now. We have a Lego version, and then we have one made by Lauren Faust, which does remind you a lot of My Little Pony in terms of the characters' personalities. So, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future Paws podcasts and World of Paws videos.
And for the DC Superhero Girls Lego version, which I absolutely loved.
Right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you want to do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Met her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you later